Hello and welcome! My name is Jocelyn and today I thought I would update you on my Pan Those Shadows project pan. Like most of you, or maybe some of you, or the majority of you, I don't know. I'm stuck at home for the foreseeable future and have been for the past 3.5-ish weeks. I didn't wear too much eyeshadow during that time, and a lot of the times that I did, I wanted to play around with eyeshadows. So I did use, I think, almost all, if not all of these eyeshadows at least a couple times, if not more. There's some in this stack that I used more. So I definitely haven't hit pan on anything, but I did have enough progress, I thought, that I wanted to share with you. So that's what we're doing today. I do have one eyeshadow from each of these palettes that I am trying to hit pan on. Some of them I started out with just basically a full pan of eyeshadow, so it's taking me a very long time in this project. You know, I kind of feel like I almost want to just continue this as long as possible. There's no end date on this project. So once I hit pan on one of the eyeshadows in this project, I will be random number generating or randomly selecting via the help of Google another eyeshadow throughout my collection to pan. So Google did choose which eyeshadows, if you missed my intro, which eyeshadows I needed to use in this project. So that's why there are 3 ColourPop palettes, a Huda Beauty, and a Storybook Cosmetics palette. So let's go ahead and just start with the first one on here, which is the X's and O's. This one I think that I only used once, and I have come to find out that I don't really like the shade that was chosen in here. So the shade that was chosen for me is this one right down here, 20 something. It is a really chunky gold color. It's kind of neat because it's got a bit of a shift in it. It's got yellow gold and also like kind of an orange gold color. So there it is, right. Oh, there's a good kind of swatch of it right there. It's just kind of a hard shade to work with because it's such a chunky glitter, and I don't really love that too much. So you can kind of see that I do have a dip in it, but this is one that I've used kind of the least out of the 5. So that is a bit unfortunate. I kind of wished that I would have gotten one of the other 2 shades on the other side, either Know Better or Rookie. Rookie's a really cool shade. It's kind of the similar chunkiness, but a little better, I think, and it's also just a cooler color. But oh well, that's not the one that was chosen, so that's not the one I'm going to be hitting pan on. Next is one that I've actually been using quite a bit. It is a shade in the Give It To Me Straight palette. This is, I think, one of the first palettes I ever purchased from ColourPop. It's also one of my favorites. It is just such a really beautiful rosy color story, and the shade that was chosen is the shade Straight Up. It's this one right in the top, and you can see I've got quite a dip going in here. I have used this one definitely more than that last one. I still have a ways to go, but I do feel like I'm probably the closest on this shade than I am on any of the other shades, so that's very exciting that I'm pretty close. It's also a very neutral shade, so I can just kind of throw it on the lid. I also often pair it with this shade in the palette, the shade Downright, which I'm almost closer to hitting pan on Downright. It's just such an easy to use neutral color. I love this palette. I really love this palette. So that's my progress on that shade. And oh, next is another shade that I've been using a lot, and this is a shade from the ColourPop Disney Designer Collection. It's a Princess Thing palette, and it is a matte shade in the top row. This one right here, so it's the shade JooJoo, and you can see there's quite a dip in there now. When I first started this project, I think I'd only used that shade once, so we do have quite a bit of progress in there. I have been using this one probably the most out of all of them, mainly because I've been pairing this matte shade with the shimmer shade that's in another project pan, and yeah, so I have been using this one quite a bit. There's definitely some progress, but like with all the other ones, there's still quite the ways to go. Ooh, next, I don't know if I used this shade once, so I don't think that there's any progress to share with you. It is a shade from the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and it is a shade in the bottom row, and it is the shade Cashmere. So it's this shade right here. It is a really beautiful shade. There it is right there. It's just a really, really pretty taupey shimmer shade. I've been reaching for the other shimmer shades in this project more than this one, but it is a really pretty shade. So I really should make it a point to work on this one a bit between this update and the next update. Hold me to that. Make me use that one. Is there any shades in here? I mean, I think that it could possibly go with the purples in this palette. Maybe the shade Ode up here. Maybe. I don't know. And last, we have the shadow out of the Wizardry and Witchcraft Storybook Cosmetics palette. I have used this a handful of times. It is the shade Bewitched. It is the gold shade in the kind of bottom middle, and you can see where I've been working on it right there. I have worn this maybe 3 times since my last update, so really not that much. I often would wear my project pan items throughout the work week, but I haven't been going into the office, so I was for a long time there not wearing almost any makeup at all except for on the weekends. But I have started wearing makeup again during the week just because it makes me feel good to kind of have that routine and that me time. So I have started doing that during the work week, and so I'm hoping to have a lot better progress between now and the next update. It feels like there just keeps being things that keep getting in my way, like last time I got sick and then now this whole thing, but getting back into a routine, and I feel really good about the potential updates that I will have coming your way with these 5 eyeshadows, because we're not looking, I mean, I feel like we're looking okay on some of these, but just not great. I would really love to hit pan on one of these to be able to start rolling them out and rolling new ones in. But alas, here we are. Well, there is my update. Nothing too exciting, but there's definitely progress, so I hope that you enjoyed. I have other project pans on my channel, so if you would like to catch up on those, consider checking out my channel and possibly subscribing. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. All of those buttons are down below, and I think that is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you